Hey, what's up, guys? Um, I did a community post like maybe about an hour ago, talking about how I chased I scared Lucifer away today. And what I mean by that is that I chased a Bible thumper away. They ran away from me once I started talking about that inner light we all have, that we all share, blah 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 blah. Okay. So to preface this a little bit, there's a woman I used to work with named Nancy. big black lady, right? Her and I were cool as fuck. We got along. I only think I have a suspicion she only liked me. She only really put up with me because I was a nice guy, quote unquote. And we hadn't worked together in like maybe seven years or so. So she had moved to Georgia. She'd moved to Georgia. Oh, black kitty cat, cute. Oh my God, it's so small. I hope it'll be okay. Jesus, that thing was adorable. Anyway, so God, that derailed the hell out of me. So I hadn't spoke to her maybe about a year. She stops by every now and then 'cause she's got family down here. So her and I were talking, and I kind of got into this thing where I asked her why did she leave our company to begin with, because I was curious, right? Like I said, I don't like to gossip. I don't want to hear it from her. So she got into it and started going on and on about how she didn't get along with the manager at the time, which it's all a bunch of women, okay? So she felt as if this is during like the CV, the big CV event in 2020. This is around that time. So this is around the time where people were calling in about having the CV and all of that. So a lot of people were missing work, and she was one of the only ones that was a hard worker that showed up. She would show up sick. They'd have to make her go home and stuff like that. So she felt as if they were doing her dirty over this little mistake she made, which is she accidentally gave a prescription out that didn't belong to somebody, that didn't belong to them. She felt as if they were blowing this up into something that maybe wasn't as serious. She felt as if maybe she shouldn't have been written up for this. So her and the female store manager at the time, which just so happened to be the lady that stepped down because of me, because of the conversation her and I had one day about how this lady store manager was spending way too much time, 50 hours a week, fucking, away from her 5-year-old son, who really needed her, right? And I explained to her one day when we worked together. We got into this a little bit. I didn't mention the Bible, didn't mention God, but okay. I got into this thing where the reason that her son is acting out, her 5-year-old son, is because he doesn't have the adults in his life, his father or his mother. It's bad enough that he has this stepdad in between them. Now we had this situation where she's never home. She's never there to spend time with him. So, lo and behold, like a few weeks later, she ends up stepping down, all right? And I didn't know this at the time, that she stepped down because of the conversation we had. I didn't know this. So I was kind of, this is the same lady that, this other woman, her name's Nancy, I'll just say her name, Nancy, the big black lady that I'm talking about, that she was having this issue with, So basically she said she wasn't going to sign the write-up, and then she walked away. She just walked out and said, basically, I quit, She felt as if it was bullshit that they had all these other problems, right? All these texts that are calling in and that don't get written up and all that. And she thought it was bullshit that they basically get away with everything, but they're going to kind of hyper-focus on her for making a little mistake, So she left, fair enough. I understand that. Like, good on her. Like, she stood her ground. In my opinion, you stand your ground, and she has the privilege of being able to walk away because she's a free agent in the sense that she doesn't have kids, she doesn't have a husband, she's a free agent, right? She's one of those, she's one of those girl power types, kind of black ladies, and like, all of that shit. Not that bad, but she's one of those people. Her and I would just not get along now. Like, I don't tolerate that shit, like, at all now. It's just fucking crazy. And I'm about to give you kind of a hint as what I'm willing to sacrifice in order to stand my ground when it comes to my beliefs and my, not even belief, right? Because beliefs are kind of bullshit. This is a knowing, okay? I'm willing to stand up for the knowing, for the knowledge that I have. So she asked me, we're going back at, how's your wife, how's your daughter, etc., and all that. We got into it a little bit. And then she asked me, are you still going to church? Because back then we used to go to church every now and then, right? The little Baptist church down the road. And I said, and I didn't answer her question right away. I said, I was like, I don't need church. I had the light within me already. Like, I basically got into this little thing where the church is within me. We are having church right now. Like, it says that bullshit in the Bible, like two people, I forget exactly what it is, but, two people in one place, two or more people is when you have a church, right? You can have church anywhere. The church is within you. So I didn't answer her question right away, so she asked again, and I actually kind of respected this, where she said, are you still going to church? She asked again, because I didn't answer straight away. That's my bad, She asked me a direct question, I just give a direct answer. I actually like that. Like, my disposition went up with her, you know what I mean? That little fucking Oblivion minigame with bringing up an NPC's disposition by going through the stupid minigame. That's what it felt like. Like, oh, okay. I kind of respect this fact that she came at me again with, are you still going to church? And that's when I said, okay, so to answer your question, no, I'm not going to church. And then I got into it again. I didn't back off. I said, look, I feel as if I don't need the Bible anymore. I don't need the church anymore, because the life that I lived is all the knowing that I'll ever need in the present moment is all I'll ever need. I don't need a preacher. I don't need a proxy, I don't need a proxy for the nut milk, essentially. I didn't say the devil or nothing, but I was getting pretty close to saying that. I don't need a proxy for God. In other words, I don't need a fucking preacher asshole telling me about my life when I know my life and I know the things that I went through in my life. And I've already dissected that and looked in the mirror in that regards. So, with that said, and I can't shut my mouth, With that said, her demeanor changed, like totally fucking 180'd on me. Nothing nasty, right? She didn't get nasty. But I noticed that I was looking her right in the face, because when I say things like that, I pay attention to the way people react. And her disposition changed, like, she was like kind of speechless and kind of fumbling and stuttering about how you need to go to church and how you need to read the Bible. And I said, I didn't say I don't read the Bible. I said I don't need the Bible. There's a difference, because I can read the Bible just fine. I'm not against reading the Bible. I am against using the Bible as a weapon against people, essentially. So we were going back and forth about that for a minute, and her disposition changed completely. Like, I was thinking back on it, man, I was like, I couldn't get that out of my head. It's like, wow, like people just 180 on you like that. And that's what I mean by, and we got interrupted by a dude who was at the kiosk doing a Western Union. He had a question. He ended up interrupting us, which was her way out, because she was looking for a way out by that point. That's what I mean by she ran away. Because as soon as I started talking like this, I don't know what it is. And I'm going to sound crazy, but it's like the light within me. There's a little light within me that's shining through, right? And it's coming out of my it's coming out of my mouth in this strange way. And people can't handle that, they can't handle the truth in that way. So it scares the devil in them. Like, she's got a little Satan Lucifer character in her. And the reason I know this is because when she was going on and on and on about these people, like she brought up, like, she was bringing up like the manager at the time, that lady, and the assistant manager at the time, that were kind of grilling her down in the office that one day, like kind of talking trash about them. And when I was talking about them, I wasn't really talking trash. I was just kind of talking about them matter-of-factly, right? Like, I'm not gonna, they took me into the office once and I wasn't gonna deal with their bullshit, which is true. It doesn't mean I don't like them. It doesn't mean that I resent them. But she had like venom in her words that I noticed. And it's like, this lady is trying to like virtue signal about God and the Bible with me, but I'm standing my ground when it comes to this thing where I say the light's within me. I'm not saying it's not within other people. I'm saying it's within everybody. Everybody's story is the Bible, is within the Bible, And so many people just can't see it that way. They don't see it that way. So when this dude interrupted us, it's like, that was her out. She came around, she gave me a hug, and she said, "Oh, I'll see you later." And I know for a goddamn fact she had nothing else better to do that night, because she was talking about how she was, washing clothes at the laundromat down the road. It's like, dude, you got nothing else better to do. You're fucking running away from me because she can't handle that, man. Especially these ladies when their ego gets tested. Like she's I forget what it's called. She got certified to like be a preacher and all that. So I am talking to one of these preachers face to face. And I guess I got what I wanted because that's something that I wanted lately when I've been talking about the Robertsons. It's like I would love to have a conversation with Phil Robinson or his son. You know what I'm saying? And that's the exact same kind of reaction I would get from a motherfucker like that. He would find the quickest way to run away from me. And I know that. I know that now, like without hesitation, by the way Nancy acted. It's like she tried to get away from me, man. I can't like get over that reaction. I'm so flabbergasted. Like, wow, like people, they just fucking turn on you. And like she wasn't nasty or mean about it. They're just so willing to turn on you, like she wasn't even curious about what I meant. You know what I mean? Like no follow-up questions, no nothing. And that's what gets to me. Like she's not a true friend. And I know that. Like I knew that already, okay? But she pretends to be a friend, right? But friendship is like a fucking fallacy. It's fairy dust, I'm not saying don't make friends. I'm saying like the friendship can be so superficial. And it's like the moment you disagree with somebody, they're just so like you attack them. Like the lady with Matt McKinley, like she took it so personally. Like Matt attacked her. It's like, wow, what is wrong with these people? Like so many people are like this, it's just so sad. It's just sad and heartbreaking. And I'm 100% willing to sacrifice a friendship to stand my ground and to just speak the knowledge, to speak the knowing. I know it sounds fucking cheesy as fuck, but and I don't know how else to word it because it's so bizarre that I'm just willing to just stand there and stare at the devil in the face and not flinch because you know what? A little tiny speck, this is all it takes, right? There's a little tiny speck inside me that said, she doesn't like this. Maybe you need to back off. Maybe you need to back off and just talk about something, either talk about something else or agree with her. But I couldn't agree with her. I'm telling you, man, there's something inside me. It's like a little bitty, it's a spark, right? And it's like, I just poured sand on the spark immediately the moment I noticed it. Because, dude, I was paying attention to myself. I was paying attention to myself first and foremost when I started talking like this. It's like this possession, this fucking possession that took me over. And this happened with Karina too. And it's the weirdest thing where I'm like, after the fact, I'm like, oh my God, what am I saying? Like, why is this just coming out of my mouth for no reason? It's like I have no control of it. It's the weirdest fucking feeling. It's the weirdest thing looking back on it. That I'm just willing to, willing to just throw myself in front of a bus, so to speak, you know what I mean? Today's been crazy, man. And I don't like talking about my job too much. Talking about my work, I really don't like doing that. But today's been particularly awful. And just a lot of bad energy. I think we just came off a full moon. Just a lot of bad energy. A lot of silly, crazy energy. And like I got to work, right? I got to work at 4 o'clock, and the fucking photo lab, the screen, our little workstation screen, full of specialty orders, like literally 8 canvases, and a coaster. And those aren't hard to make, right? But with so many at once, like literally 8 canvases, a coaster order, which is like a 12-pack of coasters that we had to print using the same machine, and then like 2 regular posters, and what was the other thing? Like a poster board. So that's a lot, and these things aren't bad on their own, but that's a lot all at once. So that took me like 2.5 hours to get caught up in photo just by myself, right? And it's like I said, it's not too bad, but it just takes time, and it gets a little mentally taxing after a while. On top of that, door dashers coming through wanting alcohol from behind the counter, fucking people, picking up their orders, their photo orders, same day order pickups. Like, we have to shop for these motherfuckers too. The packing orders, like, non-stop, at least like 10 packing orders today, like one after another. And I'm trying to get Photolab, you know, straightened out. Finally I got Photolab straightened out around 7 p.m. And so I get to my routine about straightening the store and all that, because around that time I'll do my routine about 7:30ish, 8 o'clock, winding it down, you know. And so the girl up front wants her break around 8:30, which is fine. So I go up there to relieve her, right? And I don't know, after that incident with Nancy, it's like I just knew something was going to happen. I wasn't sure what. Maybe I manifested it, but these group of girls come in. When I say girls, they're like maybe 14 to 17, maybe one older girl with them that's kind of the leader of the pack, you know. And they're a bunch of Christians. I can tell they're Christians because they're all dressed the same, and they all had a cheesy, like, fucking Christian shirt with a dumb saying on it. I don't remember what it said, but I knew they were going to be trouble the moment they walked in, because they're walking around following each other, giggling and laughing and just talking real loud. I was like, oh boy, here we fucking go. Here we go. This is it. This is the moment. And I fucking knew it. And what they did wasn't that bad, okay, on its own. But they ended up knocking over a Celsius display. Celsius being the an energy drink. So it was around maybe 80 to 100 cans on this one display that was in the middle of the aisle. And these fucking displays are just made of cardboard, you know. They're not flimsy, but they're sensitive. They can be a little flimsy and sensitive. So I don't know what happened, but as I'm checking out up front by myself, I'm in the store by myself, okay? My cashier's on lunch. As I'm checking people out, I hear a crash, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I knew they're gonna fuck something up. I don't know what it was. There's just something about these idiotic teenagers that I don't know. I just had a feeling they were gonna do something to fuck something up. So one of the girls knocked over the display, and I could see it in the mirror. I saw what happened in the mirror. I was like, great, fucking wonderful. There's a mess I'm gonna have to clean up. And I saw them trying to like get the cans and all that bullshit. And I like and after I got through getting my line down, I went up to him. Well, one of the girls approached me and saying something like, oh, we're so sorry about the mess. And I was like, look, that's okay. Look, this is what I want y'all to do. All right, I'm gonna tell you what I want y'all to do. I want you to leave the display alone. Don't touch any of the cans. Don't touch anything. I want you to grab whatever you need to buy, come check out, and leave the store. That's all I want you to do, okay? And I said, are you sure? We really want to clean it up. We feel so bad. I'm like, look, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to say it again. I want you to leave everything alone. I want you to shop for whatever you need to shop. Come up front, check out, and leave. That's all I want you to do, all right? And I just said it like that. I wasn't getting angry, even though I was kind of getting really fucking pissed. Because, you know, this is what's going on in the background. I know they're just kids, all right? This is what's going on in the background about their stupid Christian fucking values, where they feel like they have to fix everything. Like, oh, we made a mess and we have to clean up. No, this is a place of business. You have no business cleaning up a mess that you made in my store. Okay, I know that may not make sense to you, but from a liability perspective, it's like they're not responsible. Like, leave it to the workers. Okay, leave it to the workers to clean up the mess you made. Because just to be safe, so in case you trip, you might trip, don't worry about it, all right? You just need to buy your shit and leave. So that's all I told him. And she kept apologizing. I did not accept their apology, okay? Yeah, maybe that's the asshole in me that was coming out, but it's like I was really not wanting to talk to any of them because they're a bunch of fucking giggling idiots. And that's the thing that kind of pissed me off, is that when I heard the crash, after that, instead of hearing voices that say, oh my God, we need to pick this up, I can't believe you did that, all I heard was giggling and laughing. And it's like, you little bitches, like, you have no sense of urgency, you have no sense of responsibility, you're just a bunch of fucking dingbats, okay? And I know they're kids, right? I understand they're kids, but I'm gonna call it like it is. And this is a reflection of their parents, this is a reflection of their dumb Christian values, this is a reflection of their stupid fucking church, all right? That, I don't know, that coddles to them to the point where they don't understand urgency. They don't understand how to fix things in a timely manner. They had no idea what to do, okay? When I went up there to finally clean up the mess, it was like, the shit was everywhere. It didn't even look like they tried. So, and fair enough, I told them not to, but I know they were trying at one point, because the little girl that was talking to me went up to them and say, hey, you need to just leave it alone. He said to just leave it alone. I didn't even see any kind of coherent effort, not even like maybe cans light up in a row somewhere on the floor or something, right? Anything at all. Like, I don't know, man. Fucking trashy parents who don't instill any kind of core values in them other than their stupid fucking Bible thumping bullshit, man. And it's so ironic that the little girls that came in were, come from little Christian Bible thumper, Bible thumping churches like that. It's just so weird that I had this thing happen with Nancy, and these little girls came in from this little shitball, cornball ass church, fucking up things in my store. It's just the strangest thing to me. And I don't know, the rest of the night was okay, I guess. I just counted down my registers and fucked off, And here I am talking about it. Like I said, I'm not trying to complain about my job. I'm just talking about the oddity that today was. I don't think we're at a full moon. I think we're just like coming off a full moon, or I forget what phase it is. But anyway, y'all tell me what you think. Just a cute little story. I know Billy will like that story. Yeah, Billy, I read your comment. It's always a woman, isn't it? It's always a lady that you see the devil. I'm not saying Nancy's the devil, but I do see Lucifer in her, because everyone's got the light in them, but at the same time they got the little devil mommy worshiper inside of them, and that's where it all boils down to, man. Like, I don't know if you see it the way I see it, Billy. You've been listening to me for a while, and I appreciate it, but I don't know if you see it my way. I'm not saying you have to see it my way, but I'm saying, like, all of these issues with people is from this very destructive mommy worship. And just to reemphasize this point about your grandmother, and I know I don't have to lecture you about your own grandmother. I don't have to lecture you about your own grandma, Like, I'm not trying to do that, all right? I'm just pointing it out, be like, look, dude, like, wow, this evil lady is just so fucking terrible. And it seems to always be connected to this mommy problem, this mommy issue, I don't know, man. What was the other thing? There's one more thing I wanted to bring up. Shoot. Oh, right. Oh, man, that might have to wait. Billy was talking about the synchronicities he had with the Magic the Gathering card and the allegory of Jesus. He was trying to make an allegory about Jesus. Oh my God, I can't remember. What was it about? So Billy was talking about, he was making a metaphor about Jesus, right? Oh no. I'm going to have to rewatch it, man. I want to talk about that. I think it's super important. You were spot on. But I was watching it like right before work, and I had to go to work, and I meant to watch it again tonight, to listen to it again tonight, but I kind of forgot. So I'm going to get on top of that, because it was super interesting when you brought up the thing with Jesus and you started hesitating about it. And I don't blame you. Like, the minute you start, I'm like this too, where it's like, the minute I start wanting to lean into cheesy cornball platitudes about Jesus and all that, it's like I have to stop myself. And I saw that in your eyes, man. I saw it in your face. It's like you just stop completely, because it's like I don't like going there either, dude. I'm really put off by that kind of talk. But if you were to say something like that, I wouldn't be that put off about it, because I know you. I consider us friends, kind of like Kirk. I consider you, Matt, and Kirk friends. Denkeeper, Denkeeper. I know he's listening. Cool guy. Freaking Autumn Luma. Just cats like that. Froderick. That's how you say it. Froderick. He's always commenting on my videos. I really appreciate it. I consider him a friend. In this weird, internet way. Hopefully it's not a weird parasocial thing. I don't think. I think he's still subbed to me. I'm not sure. I hadn't seen him comment in a little while, actually. So, Froderick, if you're out there, just give me a shout out, man. Don't be a stranger. I always look at your comments, dude. You always have interesting things to say. I know I've never really brought you up in a video, but you always do have interesting things to say. And it's like, man, talk it out, man. Just keep talking it out, dude. I read every comment, Don't be embarrassed. I don't know who else. What's that guy's name? the dog culture review. Yeah. Dog culture review. I think he's cool. He got into a little back and forth with IHT, that goofy shit. I don't know. I stay out of that, man. I'm staying out of that. If it's still going on, I don't know. I don't think he's subbed anymore. I get the impression he's not subbed anymore, but it's whatever. I didn't have anything against the guy. I didn't have anything against IHD or that other motherfucker. What's his name? Kanan, right? Kanan, that fucking moron, communist fucking idiot. Whatever, man. I got no problems with these dudes. They got their neuroses, and they want to hate dogs for the rest of their lives, and I don't fucking like dogs either, but I'm not gonna make a channel dedicated to it. I mean, you're not gonna change people in that way, man, because the dogs aren't the problem. The dogs aren't the problem. I don't know, I have to say it again and again. The problem is with the mother, the mommy worship, the severance from God, you know? That's what the problem is. It's not dogs. Though I will say that I do not like dogs. The dog nuttery, just to talk about it real quick, I think dog nuttery is one of the most dangerous cultures right now, and I can say that with very little hesitation, like 0.001% hesitation, because I think that dog culture is just destructive, just super supreme, just demonic, and I can't stand it. Anyway, that's the way I'm gonna end my fucking video. Y'all take it easy.